today I did a live and I gave you guys my opinions on Lauren Betts, and so I'm saving that live and I'm going to upload it on YouTube and at Stage 25 for those who missed it. Figured I would record a separate video sharing it because it's taking a really long time to save. Before I get into it, make sure you follow my mutual on Twitter at BeckersMini. This is someone who I've talked extensively with about Lauren Betts and someone who has helped me develop my opinion, and we will be doing another live on Wednesday, so make sure you check that out. So this was Lauren Betts' production last season at UCLA. 20.2 points per game, 9.5 rebounds a game, 2.7 assists per game, and 64.8% field goal percentage. And then we just look how many points she had. I think it is 686 points, 136 offensive rebounds, 187 defensive rebounds for 323 total rebounds, 92 assists. Her assists jumped way up from the previous years. She had 31 steals, 100 blocks, 91 turnovers, and she was 64.8% from the field. She takes no threes. And then from the free throw line, 62%. So my overall thoughts on Lauren Betts is I think that she is a solid player. I kind of want to start off with more of the positive attributes and I'll get to the negative, or maybe I'll mix them, I don't know. So basically, Lauren Betts is somebody who is a back-to-the-basket player. They're going to feed the post, and she has elite positioning, as my friend has said, and she's going to get those shots off. She knows exactly where she wants to be at the floor. She knows how to get there and make sure that she's getting the shot off and able to do so efficiently, which you would hope because a lot of her shots are close to the basket. But just back-to-the-basket post player. That's what she does. The face-up game is kind of there occasionally. She's not someone you're going to see, take it coast to coast and drive to the basket. She doesn't really do those things. She has her space on the floor. She gets it done and able to get those tough and ones, finish through contact. Lauren Betts plays like she is 6'8" because she is 6'8". She's going to use her height and she's going to use, her physicality and her strength to her advantage, okay? Lauren Betts is not someone that you can put one person on unless it's a really solid player, a really solid post player at that. You're going to have to double team her. You're going to have to triple team around her and just make the shots that she gets off difficult. That's something you're going to have to do. If you look at that UConn game, for example, in the Final Four, that is something that they did, having that zone defense. You're having Sarah, you're having Jana, you're having Ice Brady on her as well. You're having the help defense with Paige. Just, making sure that none of the baskets that she gets are easy. Somehow she finished with 26 in the end. I think she was 11 of 18 from the floor, but just making it difficult as possible, jumping the passing lane, getting the deflection, getting the steal, making her turn it over and get the ball out of her hands as well. So you saw that a lot during the UConn game. But still, she was able to get her. She's one of those players where you work really hard to limit her in the game plan, and she's probably going to end up getting hers anyways, but you just want to limit her as much as possible. So you see that. Another game that really stood out to me is the game versus LSU. I believe this was the Sweet 16 2024 whenever she was playing Angel. And Angel is somebody who, you guys know, one of my favorite players. And so in that game, Angel was just giving Lauren Betts work, okay? She was making sure those baskets that she got off on her were difficult, a great defender. She got, I believe, a steal or two off of her head, able to get moments like that. Like, Angel's playing great defense on her, and when you put a post player like Angel Reese on Lauren Betts, you just see what is able to happen. So I thought that was a great defensive performance from Angel Reese, and if you haven't watched that game in the Sweet 16, you guys should definitely check that out, because I thought Angel was a huge difference maker for LSU in that game for sure. And then other things that are good about Lauren Betts overall is that she's somebody who is going to use her gravity to get assists out to her teammates. She is somebody who, if she gets trapped or double teamed or whatever, she's not hesitant to kick out the ball. I think she's a good passer of the basketball and, have them get their assist. I think she's someone who has a good IQ of the floor. She's someone who is a competitor as well. So yeah, I think she's a solid player. I mean, you look at her production, what she's able to do against top tier competition like that. I think that it's impressive as well. I think that she's a really good defender. If you're looking at some of the USC games that I saw, able to get some blocks on Juju, and like I said, 100 blocks on the season, I believe defensive player of the year. So yeah, she uses her height to her advantage, and I think she's a really good defender. So I think that that's a feather that you have as well. And so in terms of the negatives of Lauren Betts' game, Lauren Betts does not have a consistent mid-range jump shot, okay? She will take one or two a game, but it's just not something that she consistently does. She's a back-to-the-basket player, like I've already said, and she is somebody who also doesn't take threes, which is a huge problem for me. In the WNBA, as a center now, you have to take the three. You look at Elena Smith, you look at Jonquel Jones, you have to be able to stretch the floor, and that's just not something that Lauren Betts can do. You have to make them guard you from there so it can open up your teammates for other looks. If they know every single time, hey, we're going to feed the post, they're going to get in front of it, and they're going to deflect the ball, they're going to steal the ball, and they're just going to make it difficult for you over and over and over again. So when they know that in the scout and the WNBA, you are going to be exposed, okay? And just being a 3-level scorer in general is important, okay? And so, yeah, like, that's a huge deal to me that she's not a 3-level scorer. So I think that that's something that she can develop and work on. And I think that Corey Close's system is doing Lauren Betts no favors, because she's asking Lauren Betts to do a lot in the system. The whole game, you just see them trying to feed her. If she's open, if not, let's just take some threes and hope for the best. I just hate the way that her offense runs. And yeah, my friend said that UCLA is Lauren Betts and 4 people who can shoot threes. 100% agree, 100% agree. They also don't run a whole lot of pick and roll at UCLA. When Kiki Rice is your point guard, child, it's not good. It's not good. But she is somebody who can do the pick and roll. She's kind of slow in transition, and I just don't. She's not fluid in the way she moves. I feel like she moves kind of heavy throughout the floor. You're comparing her to, you know, some of the centers in the WNBA and everything, just the way that they move. Yeah, I just don't like, she's just not fluid enough in her movement and everything. She moves kind of slow. I will say those things as well. You know, you put enough pressure on her, you make every bucket tough, and, you know, they know what the scouting report is. You're going to be able to limit her in that way, you know, so I will say that. I think that when she goes to the W, she will be a good player. You have to adjust to that physicality. That goes for everyone. That's no shade toward Lauren Betts specifically, I will say. But I mean, if that's in the scout and that's how they're going to limit you, you have to expand your game. You have to do that. She's not really a versatile kind of center, okay? She does maybe 2-3 things really well, and that's what she does. And you are going to be exposed for that. So, you know, that's a problem for me. I have a problem with the fact that she is a terrible free throw shooter. 62% free throw shooting, okay? I saw a game the other day. You missed both free throws. You missed both free throws. You have to do better at the free throw line as well. So yeah, I think that those are the main attributes of Lauren Betts. I think that those are the main attributes of Lauren Betts. Solid player. She is just somebody who is limited, okay? And now I get into the reason why I don't want her in Dallas and why I think Azzi Fudd is the better fit for Dallas. Okay. So the reason why I don't want her in Dallas is because she is not a 3-level scorer, and that is a huge deal to me, and she's just limited in what she can do. I think that she can develop and get those things that I was talking about with a 3, with a mid-range jump shot. 100%. She's a smart player. Of course she's capable of doing that. However, Dallas is not the place that you develop. With the staff that we have in place, I hope that we get a new staff, but still, we need people who are already developed. We look at what Paige and what Gino has done with his guard prospects in the past, and Paige is someone, she had to adjust to that physicality, and now Paige is a top 2 or 3 guard in this league as a rookie, okay? We need somebody who's already developed and all those other things. Dallas is just not the place to develop. You look at what's happening to the rookies and the players, even the established players outside of Paige, they're struggling. Paige is doing what she's doing because she is Paige, and it is that simple, okay? Has nothing, like, the staff is just not going to do any favors, and she's just going to have to develop. My friend wants her to go to Minnesota. I think that that could be a good place for her. Shah Reeve is somebody who is huge on shooting the 3, and I think that, you know, Lauren Betts is a good scorer of the basketball. And I think that she can develop somewhere else. I just don't think Dallas is the place for that, okay? So why do I want Azzi Fudd in Dallas over Lauren Betts? It's the fact that if you look, we are terrible in 3-point shooting. I believe we were 11th in the league in 3-point shooting percentage, okay? Azzi Fudd helps that because she has a 3. Lauren Betts does not have a 3. So you have those things. You have the fact that our guard play outside of Paige Beckers is just not good. Paige and Azzi have played together, and they have played together well. They have a championship. They just knows what each other thinking. Paige is going to set Azzi up for easy shots. Azzi is going to have some opportunities for Paige the way that Azzi can space the floor. Azzi is a great defender as well. So we just need better guard play outside of Paige because, like I said, Enrique is building houses, okay? Habitat for Humanity is calling Enrique, pick up the phone, and I will see you at Toronto Temple. But I just think we need more consistent guard play, and I think Azzi Fudd really helps with those things. She's somebody who's already developed. She has a 3. She has the midi. She has the reverse layup. She's an excellent defender as well. She's a really, really generational player. You have to pick her up. Now, is this me saying that we don't need bigs? Absolutely not. People misconstrue this conversation. We need bigs 100%, but you get an experienced big in free agency who can shoot the 3. We already have problems with our 3-point shooting. Lauren Betts does not help that. Our 3-point shooting would be worse because one thing about our bigs, like a Louisa, like a Lee, they can shoot the 3. That's not something that Lauren Betts has. So why would I make our 3-point shootings worse when we could just go get Azzi Fudd and enhance our guard play? We get a big in free agency. We fire Chris. We fire Kurt. Okay. We need a consistent scorer next to Paige. Azzi Fudd is someone who helps a lot with that. I think Lauren Betts will be great whenever she goes into the league. Wish her the best, but we take Azzi. That's kind of my opinions there. I will watch some UCLA games this upcoming season to see how Lauren Betts' games develops. I blame a lot of it onto Corey Close because she's putting a lot on her, and she has to get her better guards 100%. She's a solid player, but you don't pass up Azzi Fudd. You don't pass up Azzi Fudd with the pre-existing chemistry with her and Paige, with the fact that she's developed. You look at what Gino's been doing with his guards, with Maya Moore, Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Paige. It's a slam dunk. You take Azzi Fudd. But that's my opinions. You guys can let me know what you think about Lauren Betts, but that's my take.